Hello. My new book, my Kinwat Days, is coming in English and I am very happy about it. When I look back to my Kinwat Days for this occasion, I am really startled. After 20 years of, the period of 20 years is not so small, but still all the images and memories of Kinwat are intact in me. I also wonder why the book shall come after 20 years of experience. The simple answer to this question is that though Kinwat I left 20 years ago, I settled in similar area, in rural area. So even for last 20 years, the experience, the nature of the experience was similar to what I was in Kinwat. In a way, I can say that though the Kinwat was in tribal area, it is a representative area of all the rural India. I went to Kinwat with sheer idealism, with a romantic expectations, and with a total ignorance of what the ground reality is. I had to leave Kinwat because it was not economically viable. I still remember today the question that was put forward to me by the funding agency person who had come from America and asked me when I had applied for funding before I went to Kinwat. My proposition was very simple. I told them that I want to run this on my self-supporting way. You should support me only for initial 2-3 years. I don't want anything. I am taking everything on loan. You just have to take care of my food. That's all. But the strange question from the funding agency was that well, what are you going to do there as a preventive medicine? I laughed, because it was very difficult for me to answer this question because the whole focus of funding agency world over throughout these 20 years is preventive medicine. And I believed when there was no one in the 165 kilometer radius in the tribal area to do the cesarean section to relieve the mother of her pains and even to save her from death. When nobody was there, this intellectual sitting in the tower were asking me, what will you do as a preventive measure? I said, I don't want your funding agency and I am going on my own. I will go and I will. Now after 20 years of experience in the rural area and the way the world is changing nowadays all over globally, I still believe that though these are a very specific area related experience of an idealist doctor, they are no more I say, they are no more only unique. Especially in the third world countries, the phenomenon of my experience is throughout everywhere. It is omnipotent. I am seeing in front of my own eyes. I have left that area now, but I have taken pains to provide medical service to the needy and to the poor for last 20 years. But alas, I am saying that in last 10 years, the whole scenery is changing. Especially with the capitalism, when the communism is ended. The world has become unipolar and it is driven by pharmaceutical companies. The medical world is driven by pharmaceutical companies. The technological innovations are running so fast that the poor person is not affording any treatment. And that is the great divide between the world. So when anybody, if I think what my Kinwat Days will contribute to the Western reader, I am sure that it will contribute, because he will, after reading the Kinwat Days, he will never be a bookish theoretical intellectual. I pray that this book should be read by all the policy makers who do the policies for the funding agencies world over. Because I am really sad that nobody is looking to the cure part of it, and when the government functionaries in India are absolutely gone to the non-functioning level, and when the whole medical world is left to the criminal hands of the capitalists and very greedy doctors, it is really a question of life and death for a common person in India. There has to be some way out. There has to be some way out. I have left the area now because of sheer defeat. I could not sustain myself economically. I could not, and nobody could not. I was not knowing, so I jumped. But now I have burnt my fingers, and I am really sad that I am leaving the area permanently. But I do pray that this book should be an eye-opener of reality of the poor country in case of their medical needs. I know Kinwat Days is a very realistic book. It shatters many myths about so-called prevention medicine, about so-called focus on parameters of social medicine, and it totally pulls you to the bare reality that masses are dying in rural area for the want of clinical cure. There is no cure. When the cure is not available with the affording charges, there is no cure, none exists. And nobody is looking to this section. Especially world over, the medical field has been grabbed by insurance companies, by medical pharmaceutical companies, and nowhere a common person is in the vision of this medical care. They are left apart. Millions of people are left behind. And the know-how of technology and the great pinnacles of medical advances have been only available only to the persons who are affording, and believe me, they are becoming fewer and fewer. And this divide is becoming greater and greater, and we are facing a lot of suffering humanity world over. I believe that this angle this book should emphasize, and I will be really happy if some person, some agency thinks in terms of providing a low-cost cure, clinical cure, to the millions of people world over. If this is achieved, I really will be very happy that this book has come into English after a roaring success in my mother tongue. Thank you.